Welcome everybody here. I start the session in seconds, and I hope this week's was a good test, quite relevant, with some mixed questions, easy, difficult, and some needing attention. Okay, I start in 10 seconds. Welcome everyone here from my side. I'm done. Welcome everybody from my side in another session, and this week's mock was a good one, to be honest. We will analyze everything particularly here. Doubts, queries, questions, suggestions, all welcome. Can drop the comments in case you're not watching this live. Let's go straight, and I welcome people watching it live right now. Nancy, Jay, Janindra, thank you so much for mentioning this evening is as adorable as you too, beta. Thank you so much. Avijit, most welcome, brother. Pragta, Ajay, Jai Jagannath, Radhe Radhe, Vaishali, Suman, Wrinkle, Aditya, Nitesh, Shyam, Radhe Radhe, Imran, Komesh, Sneha, Muskan, Bubbly, Gunjan, and all of you here. Most welcome from my side. Let's go straight. You have to mark the incorrect spelling from the set of words available here. Jai Shri Mahakal, Krishnakant, Ruchi. Intricate, although the meaning is complex, but is all correct in terms of the spelling. Illustrate, to define, demonstrate is all correct in terms of spelling. Society has the same spelling. We can go ahead with that. But yes, dynamics is not that appropriate here. Dynamics it is, not dynamics. So of course, that should be the correct one when it comes to spell check. Radhe Radhe, Yashwanti, Pramod, welcome, heartily. Moving ahead. I didn't blank space to be blank space when I said that. The same word you have to use as per their grammar. Mean, which is average, we have studied in mathematics, mean, median, and such. Mean is also a verb. I'm sorry, that's not the meaning of my words. Meaning, the noun form of that verb. And mean, he's so mean, huh? Cruel, we can say, the adjective. Now, I didn't blank space. All of us know that after do, does, did, we have a V1. So B should be there in the first filler, and just one option we have B in the first filler. Har Har Mahadev, Sakshi, most welcome from my side. Har Har Mahadev, may Lord Mahadev keep us all healthy, happy, no problems to anyone. Radhe Radhe Muskan, Isha. So just one option we have because B, do, does, did, going to take the fresh form of the verb here. So just one. Should I check? Is that okay? To pick the adjective out there, I didn't mean to be mean when I said that. Absolutely. Absolutely. No average out there. Just the first one here. She bought a new. Peers are going to be your colleagues. This is the peer that you eat. Buyer, how should I express that in English? In Hindi they say chita, on which a dead body is kept and burned, I should say. Of course, we'll be buying a pair of shoes, a pair of spectacles, a pair of scissors, pair of binoculars, and stuff like that. Quite easy to answer at the beginning. Itcha, good evening. The blank space day is longer than hours, about 30 hours instead of 24, with that divided evenly between day and night. With the help of common sense, you can say either first or second or third day should be here, but you have to consider grammar. You better know this. Any statement which is grammatically wrong will never be considered correct. Nidesh. So firstly is an adverb, and for that noun day, no adverb is needed. Drop it. Lastly is an adverb. Excellence itself is a noun. Day is already a noun. The excellent day. I had a spectacular day, and such should have been there. Standard is the only adjective here. I must think about this again. The blank space day, the firstly day, impossible. The lastly day, impossible. Excellent day should have been a possibility. I am left with just one option, just one adjective. Of course, that has to be the answer. That has to be the answer. Doubts welcome. She was blessed. I think we know this in terms of spoken English also. She was blessed with a baby boy. with a son, with a girl, with a daughter, and stuff like that. Blessed with. I should mention one thing more. When we use the word marry, which is a verb, a transitive, it doesn't take any preposition after that. Will you marry me? But the adjective married takes these two prepositions, married to and married with also. I hope you remember married to your spouse, and it follows the same lead out there, married with children. That means she's married. Along with that, she has a couple of children. She's married with two children. The same here. Blessed with a baby, boy, and such. Those fixed prepositions we can say. I think spoken English defines that. Need not check grammatically also. Considering how badly they are paid and what little support they get, their decision astounds me. One of the common words we better know. Yes, brother. God bless you, Sham. Astound, you have to mark the antonym. First of all, the meaning of the word astound, which is to surprise. I'm astounded, I'm perplexed, I'm startled, I'm worried, I'm amazed, I'm alarmed, bewildered, flabbergasted, and stuff like that. So this is surprise. Oh, what has happened here? You have to mark the antonym. Resume is not at all related to surprise. Promote is not at all related to surprise. Achieve, I would once again say, is not at all related to surprise. But yes, boring can be the antonym. Wow! Tomorrow we have India-Australia. Not the losing cause if I say. Wow, I'm so excited for that. I can't wait for that. It's South Africa versus Pakistan. I'm not interested in that. Boring, the only antonym that we can mark here. A place where animals are butchered. Sinecure is a job everybody wants. Cemetery is the place of burial. The pronunciation is to bury, not burial. Hello KP, Radhe Radhe, Ayushi. Burrow is the place, you better know, not the place where animals are butchered. Slaughtered, if I say, abattoir is the same place where animals are slaughtered, killed. A slaughterhouse is the synonym of that. Shyam, thank you. He vacated the position of the opposition leader at midnight. No problem. Just time and tense will help us. He vacated, past indefinite. Is not in past indefinite. Has not in past indefinite. Had not in past indefinite. Just one past indefinite out there. Was vacated by him. Avijit, absolutely. The museum housed an impressive collection of artifacts, each with its own fascinating story to tell. Welcome, Deepika. I think if you define the meaning, if you define the museum first, there was a museum in a city and such, but throughout the passage you can see no description of the museum is given. No problem. I'll start directly with the museum. Either A or D can be descriptive, defining the museum first. Welcome, Yogesh. Museum housed an impressive collection of artifacts, human-made objects, each with their own fascinating story to tell. The museum aimed to inspire curiosity and a deeper appreciation for history through its diverse exhibits. Fine. Detailed descriptions accompanied each display, offering insights into the historical, cultural significance. Fine. Just one statement which is becoming specific. Visitors were particularly drawn to the centerpiece exhibit. What was that? A centuries-old artifact believed to have mystical powers. If I honestly ask you, everybody watching this, either it's your first day or it's your... I shouldn't complete the sentence. Welcome, Divyanshi. If you pick B, if you put B at any place, doesn't matter. Do you have the next statement that you can carry this tone forward, carry this theme forward, carry this flow forward? You're not talking about visitors in any other statement. You're not talking about that centerpiece exhibit in any other statement. You're not talking about any mystical powers in any other statement. To me, this is the last one. So I'll be searching for any statement either starting with A or D, but B, the last one. And it's all visible to you. B is available in just one option as the last one. That must be the answer. Must be the answer. And that is, in fact, you can start with A, you can start with D, doesn't matter. You can get the same theme, exhibitions, every object, each object with a story to tell, each object defining this or that, no problem. Just one specific statement, after which we don't have anything. B must be the last one. Welcome, Palak. No need to be sorry. Okay? As easy as that. Presence of mind is always imperative. The scientist, I was looking for some scientist in the passage, but I didn't get. I didn't get any scientist in the passage. Okay, the same way, the museum, the scientist, we can start. Explained that the experiment aimed to replicate the conditions similar to those found on early Earth. Oh my God. You are replicating, creating the same situations again, same conditions again, those found on the early Earth. Wow. And by doing so, probably, I haven't read the other statements here. The team hoped to uncover clues about how life might have originated billions of years ago. Fine, if you talk about early Earth, I'll be talking about the origin of Earth billions of years ago. I think if A is the starting statement, B should be immediately after that. I think so. Not sure about that. Moving ahead. The results of the experiment, okay, you are conducting an experiment here. Results of the experiment may come after that, should come after that. It showed this, they showed that, this. It also showed some avenues of on the other planets. Also should be later on. I think flat A, B, C, D. Some experiment here defining those conditions, replicating the early Earth. That means billions of years ago. The results of the experiment defining this and defining also this. A, B, C, D straight. Thank you. Moving ahead. Residents enjoyed, I'm asking where? You are talking about the residents of Delhi, of Mumbai, of Chennai, of India, Canada. Which city, which country? Okay, in the passage I'll be looking for this. They enjoyed a high quality of life thanks to the cutting edge healthcare, education and entertainment facilities. Okay, at its heart, please define some city, state or country for which I can say its heart was a commitment to sustainability with green spaces and renewable energy sources and integrated into every aspect of this or that. Fine. The futuristic city, I think you're talking about the city, the city's heart, the city's residents, I think so. But let me read this first. Is that descriptive? Futuristic city was a marvel of modern engineering. It's a descriptive statement. Reading it further, with towering skyscrapers and advanced public transportation systems. Wow. And it was a vision. Fine. As per the options, saving time as maturity is the presence of mind is smartness. C is there in just one option. Now I can say save time. You are here for the mains. CBAD. You are talking about some city and the heart of the city was this or that. Done. No problem. No problem at all. AI is transforming industries across the globe. For example, an industry, healthcare, this is used to improve the diagnosis and treatment options. It is also enhancing, we'll be putting C later, also enhancing this or that. Sakshi. Efficiency in fields like this or that or that. In healthcare, in the other fields like this or that. Understanding all the ethical implications of AI is critical for the responsible development. I think D is a concluding statement. Once again, I can say A, B, C, D, defining AI first, either this or that, and D is the last one over there. And of course, you define first industry first, and also in the other industries then. A, B, C, done. Now, Sakshi, I think you are saying this is a new technology which is used here, and there also, but we shouldn't use this irresponsibly. We have to consider all the ethical values. We have to consider it shouldn't be replacing the humans. We have to consider it is not creating crimes. It is not having some vulnerabilities and stuff like that. So in my opinion, D is perfect at its position mentioned. Welcome, Aman. Radhe Radhe. Thanks everyone for the love and respect. Thank you. I think that is at the perfect position. No other statement is talking about the ethical values then further. So fine to conclude with that. Now this is an RC I read for the first time and I didn't get anything. Although I was able to answer questions, but if somebody asks the sum and substance of this RC, I am not able to define. So I'll be reading a little slowly because the words used are not as casual as we speak. Okay, I'm going there. You can come. We'll enjoy ourselves and stuff like that. This is a little poet. Sham, fortunately I got this correct. Fortunately. Okay. On his bench in this city, in this area, comma, someone moved uneasily. When the wild geese, remember this wild goose chase idiom? I got every single thing correct in this RC and in this test. Fortunately, just got one wrong, which was my mistake. Otherwise would have got 45 correct. But no problem. That was a good one. That's why at the beginning I did say, I myself said, consider this, can't take this in a casual manner. Yes, futile work or chase. Abhijit, always impressive. So when wild geese honk high of nights and when women without sealskin coats, wow, grow kind to their husbands, you can feel the tone here. Sham, when women without any coat, you can say without this coat or that coat, they become kind to their husbands. Wow, women becoming kind to their husbands as per the tone of the passage. This is not my tone. And when he moves uneasily on the bench in the park, you know now winter is near at hand. And the same stuff is here. What tone does the author use to describe his preparations for winter? Okay, that means winter is coming. You're not asking what is the tone throughout the passage. You are asking just the tone the author used to define his preparations for winter. Let me go ahead a little further. A dead leaf fell in his lap. That was Jack Frost's card. In case you guys remember, that's a animation character. Should I open a new window to make you understand this? No problem. I'm a teacher, can make use of technology. Jack, I hope you have seen this character. Jack Frost. Images, I'm sorry. I hope you have seen this character. The author has used this and has made a couple of movies, if I'm not wrong. Jack Frost, 1998, the name of the movie. So winter is also coming here. The author used that metamorphically, if I say. Come on. Okay, here. So that was a Jack Frost card using some name from a famous movie, just like that was a Spider-Man's card, that was a Batman's card and stuff like that. Jack is kind to the regular denizens of this and gives fair warning of his annual call at the corners of the four streets. He hands his pasteboard to the north wind footman, just this, the footman, that means the slave, the servant of the mansion of all outdoors, so that the inhabitants thereof may be ready. Feel this tone. No, Shyam. They are not asking the whole RC's tone. They are just asking what about the tone of the author to define how he made the preparations for winter. Winter is coming. Just here we can say, not the whole RC. No problem. So that the inhabitants may make ready. Okay. His mind became cognizant, one of the companies, Sakshi, of the fact that time had come for him to resolve himself into a singular committee of ways and means to provide against the coming rigor, and therefore he moved uneasily on his bench. Wow, the one who has written this is amazing. Now this hibernatorial ambitions of him were not of the highest, because in them, Yashi, welcome, there were no considerations of Mediterranean cruises, of soporific, you know the meaning of soporific and Mediterranean, southern skies drifting in this bay. 3 months on the island was what his soul craved. 3 months of a short board and bed and congenial company safe from this and that, seemed to him the essence of things which are desirable. You have to increase the level. I'm sorry, this is not written in the casual tone, in the casual words the author is not using. For years, the hospitable Blackwell's had been his winter quarters. Okay, for years, these were the quarters where he lived for years, just as his more fortunate fellow New Yorkers had bought their tickets to the Palm Beach, and this each winter. So he made his humble arrangements for his annual to the island. And now the time was come. On the previous night, 3 newspapers distributed beneath his coat, about his ankles, and over his lap had failed to repulse the cold as he slept on the bench near the fountain in the ancient square. So the island loomed big and timely in his mind. He scorned the provisions made in the name of charity for the city's dependents, and in Soapy's opinion, the law was more benign than philanthropy. Whoa, it is more benign. KP, I think in terms of, for example, if my house, I give it to you in terms of hospitality, you can live here for a month, for a couple of months, for a year. I think, as per the tone I got, hospitality. So his quarters in terms of hospitality. You are my friend, I'll let you live here. I think in terms of that. Maybe some different opinion he wanted to mark. There was an endless round of institutions, municipal and this, I don't know, on which he might set out and receive lodging, food, accordant with the simple life, but to one of his proud spirit, the gifts of charity are encumbered. Okay, no problem. Radhe Radhe, Rocky. Now, Shyam. So what was the tone of the author to define his preparations of the winter? I think the author is becoming humorous. Women, become kind to their husbands. Think about this with your maturity, because generally it is portrayed, generally it will be, Sakshi, no problem. It is portrayed that women are not kind generally to their husbands. So I think the author is becoming humorous. But at the same time, I want to express one thing right now. I will not express one thing right now because this is asked in the next or the next question. When we finish that, I'll also define how is this ironic. So just one thing I can see here, women becoming kind to their husband. Come on, it's not possible. No sympathy, not becoming serious here. This is not a serious statement. This is not a critical statement. And this is not even sad. Just one option I have, humorous. Just one option. Okay, so synonym of cognizant. You have those cognitive abilities, you better know, for which you pay attention. And this is Google Chrome. I can show you something which I think I should not show you. Or should I? Hello, brother. Actually, this is that window I shouldn't be opening. You better know the incognito window. All of us know the incognito window where we are not visible. So I can say that. Just a sec. I'm not taking more time. Come on. Yes, you know this now. The incognito window. Here you won't be visible. But if you are cognizant, you are visible, aware, insightful to all those things present out there. So you are becoming vigilant and stuff like that, I would say. Come on. I'm sorry. Trying to express the best I can. So the synonym of cognizant is not oblivious, which is not aware. Ignorant will be the opposite. Unaware, the meaning of oblivious. Just one, insightful, mindful will be the answer. What is the title of the passage? His winter ambitions? Yep. The hospitality of Madison Square is not going to define Soapy's preparations for the winter. No, that should not be the theme of the passage, because throughout the passage you're talking about Soapy's opinion, preparation for winter, how he tackled all those situations. I don't think so. A man's struggle against charity? Charity is just a word marked out there, not the tone of the passage or the title of the passage discussed throughout the passage. No. Jack Frost annual visit? No, that was just an example. KP, I will, brother. Thank you. Nothing such, but thanks a lot for the appreciation. Thanks a lot for the appreciation. His winter ambitions. Obviously, just one option with the same title I can say. You marked C. No. Charity. You could have said struggle against winters. The passage is defining something such. The next question will ask that. But struggle against charity? He wasn't struggling against charity. He was struggling against winter, houses, quarters, and we can say. And this is something which is the theme of the passage in my opinion. Where did he spend the previous night to escape the cold? He spent his previous night, I think, in those 3 newspapers. Yep. On the previous night, 3 newspapers distributed beneath his coat, ankles, lap, failed to repulse the cold. Sakshi? Last night, 3 newspapers beneath this and that failed to capture cold. That means he was struggling, but against cold, not against charity or anything such. Huh? Charity shelter? Nope. Beneath the cold with the newspapers? Of course. Of course. He seems like he's just pretending to be threatening and isn't causing any real harm. The ball is in your court is to take the advantage, just like in tennis we have the ball in our court. We can serve here, here, there, or anywhere. So not that appropriate idiom. All bark and no bite. You better know. Just like dogs which bark do not bite, opposite is also true. So I think he's just pretending to be threatening, but he's not going to cause any harm. Direct words, no idiomatic sense out there. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Direct words, I should say. Let the sleeping dogs lie. Let them stay wherever they are. Don't ignite them. Don't evoke or provoke them. Which of the following to wish somebody good luck? We keep on discussing in the classes. Tomorrow you have your examination. Break a leg. No, don't break anybody's leg. Idiomatically. All the best. So everybody here knows this. I know. Sham. Golden opportunity is the direct word. Turn up the nose. Disdainful, I can say. Black sheep. How should I define this in English? Someone who has disparaged the image of the family. Dhabba, Kala Dhabba Parivar ke naam par. You have done something which has defamed us, which has brought us to the defamation and such. So it's going to be a black sheep. Next one. This is easy. And if you talk about music, I'll read this wholeheartedly. Music has been an integral part of human culture for centuries, transcending languages, connecting people across the world. Different genres like classical, jazz, rock, pop, hip-hop, etc. cater to diverse tastes and preferences. Music is not only a source of entertainment, but also a means of expressing emotions and creativity. Scientific studies reveal music has a profound impact on the brain, can improve mood, reduce stress, even enhance the cognitive performances, the same cognizant we discussed in the previous one. That's why the music therapy is increasingly being used in healthcare to help patients cope with anxiety, depression, chronic pain. Despite the benefits, music industry faces challenges like piracy and the diminishing value of physical albums. Streaming platforms have revolutionized the way music is consumed, making it accessible to millions while creating new revenue streams for artists. That was SSC Tier 3. Absolutely. Now, select the most appropriate fact from the given options. Music is only a source of entertainment. No. Creating revenue stream for artists. No. Streaming platforms have increased access to music. Millions can access this. Yep. That is ineffective? No. That is effective for depression, anxiety, chronic pain? No. It relies only on physical albums. Streaming platforms, not the physical albums we can say here. Which is not mentioned over here. Jazz, classical, rock, pop. Jazz, classical, rock, pop. No country music here. No country music here. The reason music is used as a therapy in healthcare because it improves mood, reduces stress, and even enhances the cognitive performances and help patients cope with anxiety, depression, and chronic pain. Help patients cope with anxiety, depression, and chronic pain. Sham. But that's also a type of music, brother. Country music. That's also a type of music. It is not like it's not a type of music that wasn't mentioned in the passage. It's a type of music. It indeed is. Sham. Which is the inference drawn from the passage? Music has a positive influence on mental health and cognition. I think yes. I shouldn't go wrong. Yes. Music genres like classical and jazz are outdated. No, they cater today. They are not outdated. Physical albums are the primary source of music revenue. No, streaming platforms, another revenue stream for the artists. And privacy has no impact. Of course, piracy, diminishing value of this and that. Everything is correct out there, wrong out there. A self-perpetuating situation where actions or events result in outcomes that increase their initial cause. Sakshi, we were talking about the same for loop in the previous session, huh? Feel this. This was, in my opinion, a more appropriate choice. Not just one answer I can say is correct here. I cannot say this is correct and that is wrong, the rest of these are wrong, but I can say just one correct option is available here. See this. A self-perpetuating continuing situation where actions, events result in outcomes that increase their initial cause. Feel this. Increasing their initial cause, and that's how they proceed, they go ahead, they continue, and that way. Sakshi, for loop I could have said. Yes, you are correct. For loop I could have said. Reversed pattern, if you say, then it will go in the backward direction. No, it is going ahead in the straight in the same direction. Progressive cycle may not have outcome of the result or the events and going back there to the initial cause. I think this is something such, something which is perpetuating, but the outcomes increasing the initial cause. Cyclic may go this way, but I think this is the feedback loop. Since it's a loop, it will go on. Since it's a feedback loop, the outcome will be a cause to the initial cause. We'll increase that. Perfect. The first one. That was a choice of elimination. I won't say this is correct and that is wrong. This is also easy. That passage was difficult indeed. Indeed, it was difficult. Habits are the invincible, but the words used here are also a little inference based. Habits are the invisible forces that shape daily lives. And the author has marked how habits are made. That's a good one to read. I did it this way. Cyclic means only coming to initial but not increased. Perfect. Reversed, never coming in the same direction. Progressive, showing forward only. Great, Sakshi. You have, yep, a better inference than mine. I'll indeed say you have a better inference than mine. Yes, of course. Habits are the invisible forces that shape our daily lives, whether we realize it or not. The small, repeated actions we take every day add up to create significant patterns in our behavior. Italicized. The power of habit. Someone explores the science behind habit formation and how those tiny changes can lead to monumental results over time. At the core of his argument is the idea that habits are not just routines but a part of loop consisting of cue, routine, and reward. For example, we take a person who feels stressed, that's the cue, may reach for a cigarette, the routine, and feel relaxed, the reward. Over time, the brain reinforces this loop and make the action automatic. The key to making lasting changes, he argues, lies in focusing on small, incremental adjustments. Rather than trying to overhaul an entire behavior, it's more effective to replace one small part of the habit loop. For example, trying to quit smoking might not immediately break the craving completely, but can substitute the cigarette with a healthier routine, like taking a walk, chewing gum, still aiming for the same satisfaction, reward, relaxation, or stress relief. The power of habit is not just individual. He also explores how organizations, societies harness collective habits for larger changes. Companies like Starbucks and others have leveraged the power of habit to create cultures of productivity and innovation. Similarly, social movements can be sparked by changing the collective habits of a community or society. Welcome, Devang. Ultimately, the power of habit lies in the ability to compound That's a good line. The power of habit lies in its ability to compound. Small adjustments made over time may seem insignificant, but they have the potential to build momentum, leading to transformative changes, whether in personal health, work, or productivity, or social movements. Understanding and mastering the power of habit can lead to extraordinary results. Okay, I forgot the first paragraph. What is the main message about the power of habit conveyed in passage? The power of habit lies in the ability to compound, increase. Habits cannot be changed once they are formed. No, the author has highlighted they can be changed. Small, repeated changes can lead to significant and lasting results. Can be. Habits are irrelevant to success in personal or professional life. Just a sec. The author said we can have societal changes just because of collective habits and such. So you can't say this is insignificant. Only large immediate changes in behavior can result in the transformation. The author said small changes can also change. Small part of the habit loop. You can change just even a small part. So I think small changes can lead to long-lasting results. The monumental Shikha. How does he define the basic framework of a habit? I think the basic framework was this: the cue, the routine, the reward. Let's eliminate. A recurring task performed consistently with no trigger. No, there was a trigger here. I'm feeling relaxed. Let's go for a cigarette and such. A sequence of objectives that sustain and reinforce a particular action may be a cycle made of, a loop made of trigger, action, positive outcome. Trigger, action, positive outcome. Perfect. Sequence of decisions based on personal willpower and discipline. Discipline should not be a word here. In the context of quitting smoking, what does he suggest is the most effective way to alter? I think those small changes we can incorporate. He marked out here, in order to quit smoking, you can't stop that completely, but you can change or substitute with a healthier routine. Okay, he did say that. Completely removing the reward, you can't. Replacing routine with a healthier behavior, that is changing the cue so that the habit is no longer, it will be triggered. And eliminating the cue completely, you can't. Select the synonym of the word overhaul. This is actually complete change. The meaning of the word overhaul is to change completely. And when you say obliterate, is to remove completely. So that will be a synonym. But this is to remove, and that is to change. This is to destroy also. This is to vanish, ruin completely, which is not marked out there in the meaning of the word. Raise is to destroy. Deplete is to finish. I think revamp is a better choice. Won't say. The rest of those are antonyms. All of them are correct, but this is a better choice in terms of the passage. Changing habits, not completely eliminating them or removing them. Somebody is just okay. There are measures you can take to prolong the life of your computer, to improve. Yes, Shyam, great. If you say prolong, we talk about diseases which are prolonged diseases, making them long. Extend will be a synonym. Lengthen will be a synonym. Delay will also increase them. Shorten will decrease that. For sure. I informed them weather was getting colder. I said, but this is informed them. There should be an object. Will, would should have been here. No. Is, was should have been here. No getting in between. Weather might, nothing such here. I said to them, precise, getting colder, was getting colder. After 3 more moves, people are ready to forsake, let go the nomadic life. You have to mark the synonym of the word. Boast, you highlight what you have, and even more than you have, you pretend not the synonym or even a word related to forsake. Renounce, the exact synonym, absolutely. Drape, no. Embrace is to get that again, not to remove that. Innovative ideas should be encouraged with recognition. That was a good one. One can make mistakes here. Innovative ideas should be encouraged with recognition. Do not consider recognition because that's the object of the preposition. Oh, Sakshi, which one did you answer? Please consider that. The answer should have been we should encourage those innovative ideas. We should, all should, each and every one should, and something like that. Don't touch recognition. Okay, okay. No and no, I would say. But all of us know ing does not start a sentence. I cannot say swimming, full stop. That's not a grammatically correct sentence. But yes, imperative statements start with a V1. Hey, get out. You can start a sentence with a V1, not with a embrace will be synonym. Forsake is to let go, जाने देने के तौर पर, and that is to गले लगाना, I would say. So they are opposite. Antonym, it will be. ing cannot start a sentence because we don't have any other finite verb here. Just one option with the preciseness. Objections welcome. That's why I myself explained it quite a lot. Define, how will you tell a teacher that Priya has cleaned the board in passive voice? Just a sec. Priya has cleaned the board. The board has been cleaned. Not was, has been is perfect. No cleans, not has been cleaning because we don't have ing there. That was a good one, KP and everyone. It took a little time, I should say a lot of time, because contextually I thought of a different option, but as per the instructions, the answer should have been different. I thought of it quite a lot. Feel this. Arduous, which is difficult, requiring efforts. Okay. Completing the marathon was a difficult challenge. Fine. Everything is all fine here. Difficult, daunting, challenging, painless. I don't know. Maybe painless. But the blank space training paid off in the end. I thought, how can the training be laborious? Training should have been smooth, smooth, smooth. So I was thinking of picking any one of these, to be honest. We'll think about the most appropriate later, but no, I can't answer anything from my own side without the instructions. As per the instruction, Sakshi, thank you for ignoring that. I myself was going to click B, but at least that was not satisfying the instructions. We have to consider instructions every single time we come across any question in any examination. You better know this. Arduous is difficult, but arduous is not comforting, arduous is not effortless, arduous is not smooth, and you have to mark the synonyms of the word. Just one option with both the synonyms, difficult, laborious, requiring efforts, and stuff like that. So the first one should be the answer. Otherwise, contextually, B should have been a better choice. If I had brought an extra pen, something I taught in the morning, 8 to 9 batch here, Komish, I have given it to him. Conditional clauses, I think you remember, if you work hard, the first conditional, you will succeed. If you worked hard, you would succeed, the second conditional. And if you had worked hard, the third conditional, you would have succeeded. So I think this is a third conditional, had plus V3 here. And the third conditional has would have plus V3. Not have alone, would have plus V3 should have been here. And that is the answer. Overtaking those cyclists, on an alpine climb are, just a sec, I keep on teaching this, gerunds are always singular. Swimming, not are a good exercise. Swimming, good exercise in that way, is a good exercise. Should be saying are. Fishing have been. No, fishing has been. Dancing are my profession. Dancing is my profession. Avijit, thanks a lot, to be honest. Overtaking them there are is harder here or there. Is. The finite verb should be is here, not are. His little sister genuinely cares for. Cares for should be the answer, not cares by. But I do not have any option of care for. Um, Care of? No, that is actually take care of. I shouldn't be clicking this. Care about? Yes, it is fine. Care of? I don't think so any phrasal verb such exists, and not even this cares at. If I don't come across care for, the next choice is going to be care about. So it's all fine. Neither of the students are willing. Sakshi, at least thrice I have put such a sentence exactly in the mocks made by me. Remember? Neither of them are, and such. Neither represents zero, and for zero, how the verb will be plural. That should be singular. But agree, the sentence is quite easy. But as per the options available, thank you, Nancy, for the maturity. Is the correction, but don't click B because it says C here. The fraction is B, but the option is going to be C. That can be a little confusing, I think, for at least some of us. Please finish your homework, blank space, dinner. Wow, homework is a noun, dinner is another noun. You can't have a couple of nouns together. Nothing like daily, better, twice, thoroughly. Fine. Please finish your homework thoroughly. Fine. But how would I connect this next word, noun, after that? I need a preposition. Just one preposition there. KP, I got that one wrong here. It's a far cry from the clean, mechanized mines. Sakshi, mechanized, if you remember the word, a couple of days ago, of South Africa, but it's how much of Africa's gemstones are mined. Men dig, blank space, hand, in pits, gravel, stream beds, looking for the signs of the stone that will make them rich, or at least bring in enough money to sustain them and maybe the family's future. Over 1 million diggers search for diamonds this way. And the next line, which honestly troubled. Yes, Sakshi, the fifth one. Vandana, thank you so much and welcome after a very long time. And this one line, everybody here can feel. No, I didn't do this wrong. I got the last one wrong actually. But feel this line first. Everybody watching it live later in this generation, in the next generation, the Gen Z, the Beta, they make less than $1 a day. You better know, by not God's grace, someone's grace, $1 today is just 85 rupees. I'm not talking about comparison out there, but if somebody is working throughout the day and just earning 85 rupees, horrible, more than horrible. India, we do not have $1 a day and such wages, if I say, huh? Okay, so men dig blank space, hand in pits. In hand? No, that's the salary we get, KB. By hand, of course. For the doer, for the agent, we use by, off, away. I remember a couple of prepositions from the list: with, by, in. With is used for the instruments with the help of which we do something, with a sword, with a hammer, with an axe, with an arrow. We use in for the uncountable instruments, write in ink, paint in black, in black and white, man in black, man in blue. And hands are not uncountable, no. And the other option is by bus, by car, by train, by means of, it defines, and I don't have with in the options here, but I at least have by. So by should be the answer and is the answer here, by. The line is positive. You at least bring in enough money to sustain, the theme is positive, and maybe the family's future and danger. Enough money won't create endangering situation, won't be compromising. Enough money to sustain. Look, is not a transitive verb, so can't have the object out there. If I have enough money to sustain, I'll secure the future. At least survival, we can say, 236 rupees. They make less than $1 for a day, while the global diamond trade is $80 billion a year. Acquired, we won't be acquiring the trade every year. A year, it is saying. Each year and every year. We may acquire a company once. Elon Musk bought Twitter, but not each year he'll be paying $80 billion. So no acquiring. Gain is also the same. Earn is also the same. Estimations, $80 billion a week, a month. These are the estimations. I made a mistake here, to be honest. But economic problems, sadnesses, if I say, are not the only blank space toll of the jam industry. I remember the idiom, take a heavy toll of life. Take a heavy toll of life. And there is no heavy toll of life here, so I didn't think about human. I thought psychological, fine. Cultural, nothing cultural is being discussed here. Nothing environmental is being discussed here. I thought of psychological. If someone earns less than $1 a day, that's going to be, I think, mental problems he's going to feel. So I clicked psychological, but that's not the correct answer. Yes, agree, human is a better answer. Human toll. Millions of people realized later after clicking it, millions of people are working at just less than $1 a day, probably 50 rupees a day. Then the life of those millions of people is the heavy toll. So that's a human toll. That's a good one. I won't say everybody's going to get this correct. Fine. One of, two of, three, four questions may be wrong out there. Nobody's perfect. John Cena said, you can't see me. I have received the passage. He has, not in past, had, yep. He received, past indefinite, receives, impossible. Some intrepid individuals were still prepared to make the journey. Trepid, trembling. This morning we witnessed, not we witnessed, but at least heard, 7.1 earthquake in Tibet, some 6.8 in China, Bihar, and many parts of the country. Trepid, tremble, shaking, intrepid, fearless, straight word if I say. That's the antonym if I say, synonym fearless, coward, shy, fearful in the same tone and theme. And last but not the least one here, the blank space of his actions were immediate. Results, consequences. Nepal also, yep. Repercussions, I hope you know this word. If you have been preparing for examinations, you have come across this word. The consequences, face the music, the consequences here. So yep, after all, there was a good set. That was a good set, a mix of easy peasy, but also difficult questions out there. That's all from my side. Finishing this session now. Doubts and queries, heartily welcome. But before I finish, let me mention a foundation batch has started yesterday here. One can join that. One can also get SSC Super Elite. We have an offer till 7th of Jan, which is today. Let me show you. Yes, that's the Champions Sale, valid till today if I say, ending 7th of January. One can use the code CHAMP. It's all written here. I can show you, to be honest. One can use the code CHAMP and grab flat 49% off on any subscription. If you wish to join just one batch, we suggest getting Super Elite, in which you get access to all the courses, notes, mock tests, typing tests, all the courses which are running right now or which are going to start in the future also, in just one subscription. All welcome. See you tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the foundation batch and 6 p.m. in the previous foundation batch on the app. And stay connected for the YouTube classes we will have pretty soon. I know I don't have many classes here on YouTube. Okay, objections heartily welcome, and thank you so much for being here. Avijit, thank you so much, brother, for the encouragement and support. Thanks a lot for the words, honestly. Thank you. Yes, Sakshi, that was honestly good. Ruchi, Pragta, Shyam, no problem. Muskan, Radhe Radhe, Bubbly, Komesh, Itcha, Suman, Yashwanti, Krishnakant, Divyanshi, Isha, Komesh, Palak. Thank you so much, beta. Yashia Vijit, you are the best, brother. You are one of the best, to be honest, for your attention, for your perseverance, and honestly, Aditya, thank you so much, brother. Nancy, thank you so much, beta. Radhe Radhe, Vishali, Wrinkle, Pragta, अगर उसमें नहीं दिया होता तो भी कंफर्टेबल नहीं होता ट्रेनिंग कंफर्टेबल कैसे हो सकती है नहीं बेटा कंफर्टेबल ट्रेनिंग मतलब ट्रेनिंग तो हमें ढंग से कराएंगे ना बताएंगे कि क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना तब टास्क डिफिकल्ट होगी ट्रेनिंग डिफिकल्ट आई एग्री डिफेंस की ट्रेनिंग डिफिकल्ट भी होती है पर जैसे अभी आप क्लास में हैं तो मैं तो आपको अच्छी चीजें सिखाऊंगा ना अभी आपको परेशानी क्यों होगी परेशानी सो आई थिंक ट्रेनिंग कैन बी इजी वन ऑफ द फेसेस इफ वी कंसिडर यस नैन्सी Yeah, Sakshi, you can. Yes, you can save them. For sure, you can save them. Okay. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the new foundation batch for the second class, and see you at 6 p.m. in the old foundation batch. I have my classes at 5 p.m. in the evening on a daily basis, and 6 p.m. in the evening on a daily basis, but a couple of times here on YouTube and there on the app. See you. Thank you so much, everyone.